We're gonna do the asking one more time, okay? We're gonna do the asking one more time. Yeah. So, anyway. Parasocial relationships, okay, were initially, okay, the way the word was initially used, okay, was to describe people who were having a understanding or some sort of, you know, I guess you say a relationship, okay? People who thought that they could understand someone and kind of get a grasp of who they were and feel like they knew them. They could feel like they knew somebody who had no idea that they existed, okay? Was how it was initially being used, okay? So, for example, it could be you seeing a celebrity on TV, okay, and doing an interview. And you watch the celebrity in the interview, and you you think that you can understand who that person is. You think that you know that person. You know, you've watched them and you've seen how they behave, and you've you know, your human brains, if you didn't know, actually are kind of designed for social interaction, you know, as obviously. And people are trying to read other people, and they try to read other people, and they try to interpret who they are through how they read them. It just is how, I mean, it's how it works. You do it with your friends, you do it with everyone. It's no different when you see someone on TV. It's no different when you see a media personality. Your brain thinks it gets them. It thinks it does. But the thing with a parasocial relationship is the person on the other end of that has literally no idea who you are. That's the thing. But the thing is, it's not a negative thing. It's not a bad thing to see a person on TV and think that's not that's not enough to be. That's not enough to be a problem. It's not unhealthy to think that you have a grasp of who someone is because you watch them a lot, you know? Like, I mean, you could be good at predicting their behavior, right? I imagine some, I'm trying to think of a good example. Let's say you're a fucking K-pop fan, okay? And you watch all the content, okay? You watch the rehearsal videos that are posted, and you watch the interviews that get posted, and you watch like the paparazzi things that get posted, and you think, you know, like, oh, like this person, you know, this question that this interviewer is asking, I know it's gonna upset this. I know it's gonna upset her, you know, and you might even be right. Your brain could get it right because you've studied enough, you've understood the patterns, you know. You get how they work socially. When they're like in a situation, when they're in a predictable situation, and you've witnessed that situation repeatedly, you can predict the result. It's actually totally normal. And the difference here in a stream or anything like that is, it's a parasocial relationship is initially used to describe people that don't have an actual interaction with each other. But when you're in the chat, obviously, I can't see your face. I can't read your body language. I can't feel, I don't know, I can't get a great oh, you're out anyways? No problem. You're 25 tomorrow? Oh my god, happy birthday in advance. Happy birthday. Yeah, I'll come back soon, okay? Come back soon. I really enjoy it. I like having Irish people here. It's nice. It's a good energy. You have to order the makeup so pretty. Thank you so much. I agree. Thank you so much. I love how I look today. I'm feeling great about my appearance today. My hair as well is behaving very well. But parasocial is not about it's not even what parasocial was meant to be when it was used initially. I see you in the chat. My brain has developed a recognition of the way that you in chat. If you talk a lot in chat, I get a vibe for how you talk. If you talk differently, if you're in chat and the messages you send feel off to me, I can fucking pick it up. I can understand. I know people in chat to me have different personalities. I don't know what you look like. I don't know who you are in real life, obviously. I don't know what some people I know what they look like, but most people, I don't know what you look like. I don't know who you are in real life. I don't know what you're like. I don't know what you're like in XYZ fucking whatever situation. But I know, for example, Kaze doesn't fucking like when I talk about politics. And like half the fucking time that I bring up a deep politics conversation, Kaze will be, not maybe more than half, will be like, my head out. I'll come back when the topic gets less fucking intense. I know that. My pattern recognition brain knows that about him. Okay? I know that Kaze likes to talk shit on me for fun. I know these things. It's not unhealthy. It's not weird. It's not weird. It's not unhealthy. It's not a problem. Obviously, there's no issue here. What is wrong with Kaze being like, oh, I can tell when this is happening. I know enough about her personality on stream to know like this is upsetting her. Or you might even ask a question like, what is this upsetting you? You look off today. You seem weird today. You know, the vibes that's cool. That's cool. That's not a parasocial relationship. That's a literal relation. That is a literal relation. Like, it's not the strongest relationship ever, you know, but it's a relationship. Like it exists between us. It's not one-sided. It is one-sided in the sense that you get my face, you get my body language. I talk far more compared to any other person in chat. So it is one-sided. I dominate for each person in chat. I dominate the conversation. But that doesn't mean that it's not like, you know, that's not the same thing. It's not necessarily like a bad thing, you know? That's just all I'm saying. I don't like when people go, oh, parasocial relationships are always bad, okay? Or they make it like, oh, like this, you know, we're just having I'm just here having more parasocial relationships. Like, you know, I know I'm being unhealthy. Like, are you being unhealthy? I mean, maybe you're being unhealthy, but at the end of the day, people like, the thing that happens with things like streaming or YouTube videos or anything like that, right? Because my truly parasocial content of choice, I think I've mentioned this before. One second, I want to itch here, but I want to make sure it's not my eyeliner. My truly parasocial entertainment of choice is I love to watch react YouTubers watching shows that I have already watched. Or maybe I haven't even watched the show. I love to watch YouTubers watch TV shows. I love to do that. That's the traditional part, because when I watch them, especially if it's like a group of people, right? Like a group of more than one person. Group, of course, everyone knows what a group is. If it's a group of people, I start to pick up, my monkey brain starts picking up their personalities. This guy behaves like this. This guy behaves like this. This girl behaves like this. These two guys don't really seem to like each other that much, you know? This guy likes this kind of character in TV shows. This girl likes this kind of character in TV shows. This person likes this kind of TV show in general. This person hates this kind of TV show. Oh, I bet they'd like this show. Oh, I bet they'd like that. This is podcast. Yeah, exactly. And that's my parasocial content of choice. And here's what it is, essentially. Human beings, if they don't get social interaction, will go fucking crazy, okay? One of the most effective torture methods, I think it's torture. I'll say it's torture, okay? Solitary confinement is a torture method. If you don't give human beings social interaction, you will fucking lose your mind. Actually, you will lose your mind. It will fuck you up. And so people are primed and desire to People are primed and desire to seek social interactions where they can. What happens is things like YouTube or Twitch or something, what those are essentially like the DoorDash of socializing, as compared to, you know, the go to the grocery store, buy the ingredients, bring the ingredients home, cook the ingredients, clean your own dishes, you know, wash your utensils and stuff, store your food things, and eat them and eat your leftovers tomorrow. Like, they're the DoorDash of socializing. Okay, it's a lot easier, especially if you're kind of an awkward person, you know, especially if you're kind of an awkward, you know, nerdy, introverted person, which if you're on Twitch, not to call you out or anything, but you probably are, you know, you get to skip a lot of the hard parts, and you get to do the thing you want, which is, oh shit, I'm having a social interaction right now. That's what your brain is getting, fucking dopamine, easy dopamine, okay? Because you're like, I get to skip the hard part of finding a person, interacting with a person, you know, putting my personality like really on the line. What if they think I'm weird? What if they think I'm ugly? What if they hate me because I'm politically different? What if they hate me because I'm queer? Anything, right? Like, whatever the fuck your brain thinks of. What if they hate me because I'm a nerd? Whatever your brain thinks of why someone might not want to interact with you, right? But you get to skip that shit. It's a lot easier. So anyway, so that's the real problem, okay? That's the real problem about like parasocial interactions or relationships with like streamers and stuff, is it's easier than the alternative, but it's not as deep as the alternative. But there's also benefits to things not being as deep. One of the things, like a great example is Risk, right? Like think of it like this, right? If I, you know, if I have anyway, I don't have a good way to word this, so I actually need to word vomit it. I'm sorry. I thought I was going to be able to word this succinctly, but like if having the more you have, conversely, the more you have to lose. The more you invest in something, the higher the risk, okay? Putting a lot of time and effort into just one person is a lot more risky if they end up not liking you, or if just something happens or circumstances change. It's more effort, it's more risk, it's more dangerous. Whereas, you know, if you, okay, I have a good example, okay? Let's think of a YouTuber. I have a YouTuber in my mind right now, okay? I'm not saying who it is. I don't know why, okay? But you just think of a YouTuber that you used to watch that you stopped watching, you know? But imagine that was an actual friend, like an actual, like, real life person you knew that you, like, you had a deep friendship with, you know? It's Eddie Burback, okay? And then let's say you got a little older and you kind of just grew apart. There'd be pain to that, you know? Or maybe even one friend would get like really mad. I've had that happen. I've had friends that I grew apart from, and then they're really resentful that I don't want to talk to them much anymore. And it's like, but we're just not, I just don't, you know, we grew apart. What do you want from me? I'm just not interested. I don't want to spend time. Don't ask me to hang out. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't hate you. I don't have a problem with you. I've just moved on. I'm on some other shit right now. But I don't have to tell fucking Eddie Burback that I've stopped watching his YouTube channel, you know? I don't have to tell Eddie Burback that. I just fucking move on. I unsubscribe. Or I keep subscribed and I just never watch any of their videos anymore, which is kind of a more accurate description of how it really works. I stay subscribed and I just never watch their videos anymore. But, you know, you just, I mean, it happens all the time. Shit happens on Twitter, you know? It happens on Twitter, right? Like I'll say people, and they'll be like, I'll post a tweet, and they be replying all the time. They'll be replying to all my tweets, okay? I'll see them. I've had people like that happen to me on stream, right? I've had people that were like in my stream when I just started streaming, and they were in my stream every day. Every day I streamed, they'd be here, they'd be talking. And then I'd like, you know, after like a couple months or something, they wouldn't be talking in stream anymore. I would have no idea what happened, of course, right? Like I didn't know that they decided in their head they didn't want to watch anymore. And then I'd like go on Twitter and something would remind me or I'd be going through because every like 3 months I go through who I'm following, and I just clear out like people from my follows. If someone's unfollowed me and when I go to clear out my followings, I'm gonna unfollow them probably. And sometimes what'll happen is I'll go through my following and I'll see, oh, this person who used to like literally watch my stream daily unfollowed me on Twitter. And then, well, when that happens, usually I'm a little hurt, you know? I'm like, oh, wow, that's actually really sad. That actually makes me feel very sad. And then I'll unfollow them, but I'll get over it. Not nearly to the same degree of like, you know, it's not nearly as hurtful. You know what I mean? It's not as deep. It doesn't cut as deep, you know? But, yeah, people just move on, and it's not as risky. Yeah. So all that to say, parasocial relationships are only a problem if they're causing you a problem, okay? It's sad, but not feels bad, man. True. Literally. Well, but it's also funny because there are people that like have like stopped watching my stream that I have cried over, right? Like there's a couple people that I cried over when I saw that they like didn't want to interact with me anymore. I cried, real tears, real human tears. But it's not, anyway, all that to say, if it's not causing you a problem, it's not a problem. If it is causing you a problem, if you feel like your life is desperately in need of a real deep connection, you really want a real connection, a deep human bond with another person, and you want to have something truly deep, you want to have something truly deep where you know everything about that person and they get to see you at your worst and you get to see them and they see you at your best and at your worst, and they see your flaws and they know you intimately in a way that people normally don't get to see, because when you talk in like a Discord chat room, you put on a different person, you put one of your 12 different personalities on, as we all do, of course. And when you talk at work, you have one of 12 different, you have one of your other 12 different personalities. Anyway, you know, if you want like a super deep relationship and you can't get it because you always take the shortcut, then what you ought to do is get rid of your shortcut. Similarly, if you want to fix your diet and stop fucking ordering food all the time and you want to actually start cooking again, delete the fucking delivery apps from your phone and see how long it takes you. See how long it takes you to eat. Because let me tell you, when you're starving, if you don't give in and reinstall those food delivery apps, when you are starving, you are going to leave your fucking room and get food. You're going to do it. If the choice is death or going to the fucking grocery store and buying something to eat, let me tell you, your brain is not picking death. It's not picking death here, okay? I need to delete these apps from my phone. I keep ordering food, okay? I keep ordering food. I keep doing it. I keep ordering food. But, you know, you gotta pick your battles. That's all I'm gonna say. You gotta pick your battles. Because, you make me dinner and send it in the mail. You have to pick your battles because, in my opinion, it's okay to take shortcuts. That's my take is, there's 24 hours in a day, okay? It's okay to take shortcuts on some things. If you have, for example, so for a good example, okay, we'll use food as an example, because part of me wants to delete food apps from my phone. On the other hand, I have a job that is like really, really social. I would say my job is super, super social. My life is super social. I'm an introvert. I complained about this yesterday, actually. I was sad about it yesterday. But Keeper Frosty, hello, hello. I was super sad about it yesterday. Not super. I was sad though, but because I was answering DMs on my OF, okay, and I have a lot of fucking DMs on my OF, okay, and it's really hard to answer those all, and to have that many talks with people, especially like actual real talks, and not just like, haha, thank you, no response after. It's really hard. So I have like OF DMs, okay. I also have my 2 IRL friends who I like a lot, and I typically spend 1 or 2 full days out of a week hanging out with them. Typically, like 1 to 2 full days per week hanging out with them. I have Twitter, where I have people that I have to, for my job, interact with on the timeline. I gotta interact with them publicly on Twitter. We don't talk privately, but if I want to have like good relationships with other content creators, I have to network or whatever. I have to talk to them. I gotta talk to those people. If I want to have good, so I have to do that. That's another socializing thing, you know. I have my actual Twitter friends, you know, like people that I talk and I'll hang out with in a group chat or something. Maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, I'll join a call with them and we'll play games together or something, you know. And so there's, you know, not how many people do we have now? We got OFDMs, Twitter networking, IRL friends, group chat friends, people, Twitter friends that I like play games with on a more personal level, like the next level of intimacy. There's Discord friends from before I was a content creator. I used fucking Discord. I had Discord friends pre-content creator that I try to check in with, you know, but that's hard, right? I have my own Discord, which I try to be social on as best as I can. I try to be social on my own Discord. There's, sorry, my brain, sorry. Yeah, there's like my parents. Okay, we could even put them in, who I don't even talk to. I don't even have a problem with my parents. I just don't talk to them because I don't have the social battery for my parents. You know, my roommate, I don't even talk to my roommate because I don't have social battery for her. I'm just burnt out. I got too much socializing. So if I'm socializing too much, it's not a big deal to me. If I'm getting too much of socialization, it's not a big deal to me to take some shortcuts in some other areas. Because if my life is dedicated, you know, I'm gonna do paint. I love paint so much, okay? Okay, listen. I'm an introvert, so I'm not usually socializing this much, okay? But if we have, you know, can I do a circle? Can I do like a pie chart? Let's just do a circle. I'll put it on screen here in a second. Well, okay, let's say we have a circle, okay? And I'm gonna take that back, actually. I'm gonna do 2 circles, okay? Let's say, I hate this. Just let me do the same thing twice, please. Okay, let's say we have 2 circles, okay? Sorry. And I'm an introverted person. So let's say the average introverted person's life, okay, this is gonna be so awkward to draw. Holy shit, it's gonna be so awkward to draw. Let's say the average introverted person's life, like this much of it is socialization, okay? And in my life, okay, like this much of it is fucking socialization, okay? And
hi, Aoife.
Hello. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing again. And let's say this is a pretty well-adjusted person, so like this amount of their life is dedicated. Can I do the fill tool? I'm so sorry. This is horrific. This is so not clear. It's probably clear. Just not to anyone new, okay? Let's say in this person's life, this is the time they have dedicated to like going to the grocery store and buying food and cooking food and eating food and doing that stuff, okay? Look, I need to cut time somewhere. I need to cut a time somewhere. Where am I gonna cut that time at? Well, if I fucking order food delivery, not the most glamorous thing, but I reduce that section down to like this much. This much of my time is food related, okay? So it's okay to take shortcuts, you know? If your life is like, if this is what your life looks like, but this is like working and going to the gym, being healthy, doing your fucking stretches, doing your self-care, eating good food, all that shit, and you don't have a ton of room for socializing, take a shortcut. It's fine. Take a bit of a shortcut on your socializing. It's not, you just do your thing. Whatever works. Everyone's life is gonna look like a weird different pie chart, okay? Anyway. A big part of mental health and self-care is gauging and reflecting on how much battery or bandwidth you have available and adjusting your output. Yeah, for sure. And you can, but I think you can take, just don't get too great. Obviously, everything in moderation. But you can take, like you're heading off to the gym. Yeah, have a wonderful, I'm glad you went. I'm really glad to hear you went in the end, by the way. I actually cut the gym out because the gym was taking up like too much of my life that I didn't have the free time for. Like, going to the gym and eating enough calories in a day to gain weight and actually see gym progress was too big of an ask for my life. I just couldn't fit it into my life. And trying to fit the gym into my life was actively like making shit harder for me to fit. It was making my life harder to go to the gym and stuff. It was too much of a commitment time-wise. And so I stopped doing it. That was like one of the big motivating factors. But yeah, so it's tough. Anyway, that was my parasocial relationship rant, okay? I'm glad I've convinced everyone here that it's actually based and healthy to to have a parasocial relationship with me, and that it is actually, in fact, incredibly healthy for you to spend time in my streams. And you should do it more frequently. You should do it all the time. So not everyone in chat is friends with everyone else in chat. I mean, that happens too sometimes, right? Not always, but sometimes. Like, you know, people in chat I don't know if you've ever had that, right? People in chat recognize each other's names and they join the chat and they're like, oh shit, what's up? I know you from chat. And then people can befriend each other. What even is a conflict of interest? Listen, okay? That was a joke. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a joke when I said that, okay? I don't know if you heard. I don't know if you got that part. It was a joke. It's joking, okay? Oh, you're right. Listen, that's not my fault. It's because I don't have your tone of voice or your body language to tell it was a joke, okay? That's why. I don't have your tone of voice or body language to tell it was a joke. So it's unfair. It's a one-sided relationship, okay? You have the advantage on me. Retconning a statement as a joke is mean. It's not a retcon. It's not a retcon. The tone of voice was there. Just everything in moderation, okay? Just don't. If parasocial relationships are causing you a problem, if you're missing something from your life that you want, okay, and you can't get it because you keep taking the easy shortcut for some other reason, if you want to know how to cook, but you just keep ordering DoorDash, delete the app, okay? If you want to have deep, meaningful, real-life friendships, but you just keep going on YouTube and Discord servers and stuff, delete them. And you will literally, your brain will force you to fucking find an alternative, okay? Your brain will force you to find an alternative. If I refused to open, to be clear, if I refused to open, what is it? Fuck me, help. If I refused to open YouTube if I refuse to open Twitter, if I refuse to like open these fucking things, you better believe I'd be hanging out with my roommate, okay? You better believe it. If I give myself even a 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day where I was not allowed to use any social media for 2 hours a day or 1 hour a day, was not allowed to use any social media, I guarantee you I'm spending like that 1 hour either sleeping, which is possible, or literally I'm gonna go talk to my roommate, or I'm gonna go talk to my IRL friends. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna help me. Imagine picking up a book. I could buy books, but I'd have to go like delete the fucking stuff off my phone. I'd have to do the deleting stuff, and then I would have the free time in my brain. I'd be bored and I would want something to entertain me. And I'd be like, oh, well, if I'm bored and I have nothing to entertain me, I should buy like a book or something so I'm not bored out of my fucking mind. And then I go do that, you know? Can you try allocating time for stuff? The question is, do I want to? I mean, that's the real question. What is it I want to do? And what is it I don't want to do? You know? Like, if there's something I want and I'm not doing it, that's when I should really be... That's when I need to look into things, you know? But if there's something I don't want to do, I just don't want to do it. I'm not going to bother allocating time to it, you know? Do I want to read books? No, not really. I don't want to. I just don't want to. It's not... Sorry. Oh. I'll bit my lip 1 second. You and Kat have to go in a minute. If it ends up being a 24-hour stream, you'll be back later though. No problem. I'm probably not going to stream too long tonight. This is a good stream actually. But I'll play... Fuck, I never played Pokemon today. Listen. I had fun talking though. I had fun talking. So why play Pokemon? I had too much fun. I had too much fun talking. And the longer I procrastinate playing Pokemon, the more of an excuse I have to always stream. Because even when I feel like shit, I can always be like, I'll just play Pokemon instead. But if I finish Pokemon, what can I do that with? I can't. Anyway, his parasocial relationship was crazy. The God thinks she's lovely. Look, ow. I don't know you as deeply as Kaze, but listen, I'll tell you one thing I know about you, that you really like Goat Story. Not even, I actually disagree, no, you don't like Goat Story, you just really like trying to get me to watch Goat Story. That's the real truth. That's the real truth. You find it fun to try and get me to watch it. I bet you don't even like Goat Story. I bet you don't even want to watch the movie. You just want to ask me to watch it. That's my prediction, okay? That's my prediction.